What up, investors? All right, funny story, right? So on Friday, I'm trying to close out my calendar spreads, and I don't have the time. The trades got canceled, and I was in the middle of something. I was busy, and so I let Robinhood take care of it, and they just decided to close out like one wing of one strategy partly, and then execute the sold put option on the other wing. It's just been really confusing. So I'm ending up with 100 extra shares of Apple and two put options for next week. So this is what's going on. I don't even know what to do with that. I probably will just sell a call against 100 shares next week and then keep the puts and see if you can exit for if I can exit for a profit. But I'll show you everything. And also what happened is um, my account is in big deficit because I don't have enough margin enabled. It's not a big deal, but look, this is what it looks like. Big red warning signs, but it's really not a big deal. All I need to do really is go up here in, let's see if you can see that, in the account, and then margin investing, and right here increase the borrowing limit, and I should be fine. But today I want to talk about some really interesting, technical analysis. Hopefully I don't start ranting about technical analysis again, but it's a real possibility. All right, there's a good chance of that. So what I've been doing is I'm trying to figure out what the heck's going on. I looked on Twitter. I don't like Twitter or any scrolly social medias, but I was on there, and I follow a few people who do finance stuff, and they post a bunch of charts and whatever. I don't know, for entertainment purposes or for trying to figure out the sentiment, and I don't know why I do it. But I figure more information is better than no information. So anyway, some dude was talking about some, death crosses coming in our way, and I'm like, what the heck's going on? Just not too long ago, all of the technical analysis were basically riding high on this like break of upper bound support of some downward channel, right? So I'm thinking, oh man, like this is huge, opportunity for these technical analysts. Let's see if they're right because they're all on the same page. But now, all of a sudden, we had a couple red days, and literally like everyone's bearish now. So I'm trying to figure out what the heck is going on. And so I pull up these two charts, right? Um, that's it. I updated a trade update story. Okay, that was the trade update story. Let me actually go under Apple so I can show you exactly what's going on. So I have 500 shares of Apple at the moment, and in two puts. So there they are. And if you want to see the history, it's right here. It's Robinhood decided to basically buy back one of the puts and then execute the other. Very strange behavior here. But anyway. All right, moving on. So back to the technical analysis stuff, right? So I'm sitting over there and I'm like, oh man, like how is this? How is everybody turning bear? It can't be that people are switching so fast, because it's supposed to be like, somewhat of a medium to a term trend, this upward break support. And I was about to test like how accurate, if everybody, all the technical analysis are on one side of the boat, then there must be something to it, right? So I'm looking at I'm like, okay, how are they switching so fast? So I looked at some of the charts that people are coming out with and see how they interpret them, and this is what I found. Okay, so number one, Exhibit A. Okay, this is Exhibit A. Boom. This dude, doesn't matter who it is. Okay, he's looking at this chart, or she is looking at this chart. It's like, okay, there's a upward resistance level, boom, and basically, this person interprets this break above the yellow line, right here, as a false breakout. And look, these are the guesses. The market continues to go down. This is like some ABC wave analysis type of stuff here, okay? So virtually a fake breakout, because now the market's falling back below this line. Do you see this? Below this yellow downward trending line, it's falling down. So it didn't, the retest failed, right? Supposedly. And now we're going down again. I mean, this looks super bearish, right? I'm scared. You guys scared? I'm scared, certainly. But then we take the same graph, right, with the same chart, and we look at a different expert. Look at this, right? It's the same thing. So we have this trend line going, oh, what happened here? What happened to my bullish chart? Oh, there it is. So we have the same thing going on. We have this downward channel, all in agreement, and here's the upward break. These are recent charts, right? These are from like a day or two ago. So we have, hold on one sec. So we have the same chart, upward resistance in this white line, and then a break through the white line, just like the other person, right? And then the retest. But this retest doesn't fail, right? It doesn't go below the trend line, whereas the other person's, it goes below. And look at this. Now we have like a newly formed upward trend with the last 3 hits. And now this is a breakdown below this new trend. But this person is interpreting as like, okay, the new resistance is going to become support, and the new support is going to become resistance, and it's going to bounce around in this until it reverses trend. So this person is actually bullish. So it's taking the same data, right? The same data, same resistance lines, and 2 different interpretations. Like, square me that. You know what I mean? What's going on here? How is this even possible? Like, so my point is, no one really knows. And then what I did was I did a little scroll through on previous technical analysis guesses, because I searched images and I wanted to find some fresh images, and I found images from like 2018, 2021, 2022, and all these charts of like saying, okay, this is what's going to happen based on these resistance and support levels and this moving average cross lines and whatever. And literally all of them are wrong. Like, I don't know how to manage, because half of them are bullish, half of them are bearish. I don't know how every single person managed to be wrong on where the market's going. It was astonishing. Like, just like how these person, one of them's bearish, one of them's is bullish. Both of them are gonna be wrong somehow. like none of the scenarios that people think are envisioning will actually materialize. It's craziness. All right, enough of that. I don't want to rant again about technical analysis. I would love to be proven wrong, by the way. Okay, like, my question for anyone who's watching this and is a supporter of technical analysis and think there's a lot of value there, and it's a big industry. I mean, I know that a lot of hedge funds pay for it. A lot of people pay for technical analysis. And by technical analysis, I don't mean like, watching inflows and outflows. I think that's important, definitely, especially based on events or the increase or decrease of the volume of implied volatility, etc. Right? So that's just metrics and factors that tell you how the market's moving. But like, I'm talking about this chart stuff, okay? Like, I'm talking about all these supports and resistances and, moving average death crosses and golden crosses. Like, depending on what time frame, you can always find examples. If you backtest, you can always find technical examples that will support your case. But I don't understand how that's reading the right side of the chart. It's all just left side of the chart stuff. We're just trying to rationalize why something's happening with some past data. I have a very cool example. Since I used to be tennis pro, right? So, still am. I still do teach tennis and stuff. So, but if somebody asks me about, okay, how do I, become Rafael Nadal, right? My answer is like, you just got to start wearing headband and start, pulling your hair behind your ears and your pants down before you start serving. Like, so right? If you copy the mannerisms, if you copy like the habits of Rafael Nadal, you're not gonna become a great tennis player, right? You're just gonna become an imitation that doesn't win any tournaments. That's the same way I look at this like technical resistance support stuff. But anyway, I thought I wasn't gonna rant, and here I am ranting. So how about we look forward to next week? So what is gonna happen with this account next week? Well, first of all, I'm gonna close out that 100 trade. I'm gonna probably increase the margin, close out the 100 extra shares by selling at the money call. So I'm gonna go over here to Apple. I'm gonna go to trade options, sell call for March 3rd at the money, depending on what Monday is, 146 or 147. Oh my gosh, my throat's gonna. I'm gonna have to cough or something. Sorry, I don't know what's going on here. Wait. I'm not sick, I swear. I don't know what's happening. So anyways, I'm gonna sell out the money depending on where Apple happens to be. 146, 147, I don't know, 148. Collect some of that money. Hopefully I exit the trade. I'm still gonna keep the puts. I'm probably gonna sell one of the puts that I have and move on. As far as like new companies and what to do with the cash, I'm probably just gonna keep running either calendar spreads or iron condors or something like that, or straddles. I looked at the uh, economic calendar for next week and it looks completely empty. So by previous week's theories, the theory that I didn't follow last week, my mistake was that I sold, um, or I entered. Excuse me one sec. What is going on here? Well, it is like minus 500 degrees in California at the moment. It's 39 Fahrenheit outside, which is basically freezing. Like if it blows a little bit harder than normal, it's gonna snow. It's really cold. This is Southern California, by the way. It's not like some Oregon stuff. It's craziness out here. It's Antarctica. Okay, so the calendar looks pretty empty. And the previous week, I was going to exit my trade on Thursday, but nothing had really happened. My calendar spread only gained like 10%. So I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to risk it and keep through Friday, and exit towards the end of the day. Obviously, it didn't work out. I already explained the drama. And I ended up losing a little bit of money. So now, well, one of the trades was actually up and the other one was down, but it was down a lot. So the one that was up like $5. The one that was down like $78 or something like that. So that big loss definitely eliminated like two or three of my previous calendar spreads. But overall, the calendars are about 5 wins, one big loss so far. We'll see what happens next week. I'm probably gonna exercise something like that again, or I'm gonna do what I described earlier. But the whole week is empty from big events. So I'm gonna set something on Monday, exit on Friday. I had someone suggest that the volatility over the weekends is not very well calculated by the big boys because there's too many variables. So they probably cleared their book on a Friday, which is a good point. And I may actually run whatever strategy I do 2 weeks out instead of 1 week out to try to see if I can collect some of that weekend premium. And that's going to be the idea today. Nice, short, and sweet. And before my voice dies, I'm going to peace out. Hopefully, this was cool and helpful. And I'll try to make another video on Monday once I place the trades. Oh, look for the post. I'm going to probably post something when I do it live. I couldn't post my exit trade on Friday like I starting to do, but because I didn't trade anything on Friday. It just I couldn't exit my trade, so Robinhood did it for me. Um, but if I do a live trade, I'll definitely post it. So make sure that you check that out. If I do, all right. I'll probably make another one on Monday. Peace out.